Alright, welcome to pre-practicing with Jack Dice. Just goofing around. Well, not really goofing around actually. We're trying to get some stuff done. Got my first tournament of the year here in like 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm doing a little bit of pre-scouting. Looking around. The main goal today is to just graph out deep and find brush piles and rock piles and kind of places they'll set up on right before they spawn. As long as it doesn't freeze up, it should be a fairly pre-spawn deal. But so we're looking for brush piles and all kinds of stuff. So So, just in case I want to throw a jig at something. But I'm just fishing my way. Some of this riprap, I just figured I'd try this riprap along the way to some of it, just to give it a go and see what happens. But I was hung on like one of these thin limbs and I just tried to pull it over and normally they just break. You want to see what a brush pile looks like? Now that's a brush pile. I was lucky to find that one. I just saw a tiny bit of it. Let me go back and show you if I can. Alright, you see this? So I'm idling, and just on the right side, I see just a little bit. Doesn't look like much, just looks like some grass. See what I'm talking about? Went back over it. Look at the size of that thing. That thing is... Sometimes it pays to just go back and check. The thing is, mostly this time, I haven't seen many brush piles on, so that's like one of the first major piles. Oh, look at that. There's another one. Same thing. It might even be the same brush pile. That actually very well could just be the same pile. Just that big. 50 foot, like a big tree, like a whole tree sunk. Alright. Welcome back to Obsessed Fishing. Wintertime grind. What we got right here, this is a good little spot I found. This is a good, actually, like, this spot is actually good. Dang it. I just caught 3 fish off of it. It's a road bed. It's not, there's nothing there. Like, there's no mark. But there's clearly a bit of a road bed right here coming off the side of this point. It's not coming direct either. It's coming kind of off the side. So it's a little bit more, I don't know, hard to find. I thought I'd smoke a big one up here. I've graphed it all over it. Then went way on down, fished a bunch of bluffs and stuff, and graphed a ton. We've had a lot of rain in the area recently. And the water was down like 5 feet. And it's come back up to full pool, and it came back up in like 3 days. It came back up to full pool and got muddy. So I think that's a little bit, that was making it a little bit tough. The fact that it came up so fast while being cold. You know, in the summertime or springtime or even the fall, you know, if it comes up real fast, it can be tough, but fish are active. Right now, the fish just want to sit and sulk. And so when you have that major, water change, but they don't really want to move. So I figured vertical structure would be the best. And then so I came down here and did mostly graphing is what I'm doing. I'm looking for brush piles, looking for stuff like this. I decided, basically I went and fished a bunch of stuff. I knew I wanted to fish this spot in particular just to see. And first cast caught a little non-keeper bass. 3 casts later caught a non-keeper bass. Missed one. And then caught one on a shaky head. So, but all non-keepers. So if like a school of big ones would pull up, you could probably do real well. It's the perfect spot. I mean, it's a point near deep water, roadbed that comes out. Like it's a bomb little spot. And I got one right now. But it's just these. It's a whole school of these suckers. That was off the side more. See what I'm saying? Ooh, look at that. See those little lines? I think those are crawdads pinchers. Like an antennae from a crawdad. That was off the side of the thing. Dude, he hit that as soon as it hit the water. I'm just gonna crank this bridge real quick. I haven't caught one off a bridge yet, but I feel like it's what I should be able to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is 100% pre-spawn winter deal. Bunch of rock. They got to go through the bridge to get to wherever. Last time I fished a tournament here was back in mid-April. The fish were just about to spawn. I was catching some fish off bridges on a wacky worm. That's a fish. Finally, I caught one off the bridge. He just barely snatched it though. Let's see if I can snag him in the. He's still only got one little bitty hook. Oh. I'm still getting my mojo back for the year. Learning how to land fish. There we go though. I think that one will keep. White pale fish. Got some weird bumps on them. The thing is, I can't know whether it's the white bump, you know, the white paleness is, you know, if this was a clear water fishery, I'd say it was the fish that just moved up, but, oh yeah, 15.5. That'd be a keeper right there. That'd be a keeper. Bye, buddy. He just barely niffed. What's funny is the one that I caught the other day. The 4-pounder. If you follow my Instagram, you'll know. He had this same bait so far down his throat, like more than any. I've never seen a fish choke a crankbait as good as that one ever did. Like I've seen him choke a worm or a jig or something where you just let it sit and you're like, you're not paying attention. He's swimming off. But I'm talking a crankbait, and like I mean, it was gone. So it's interesting that. You know, the 4-pounder I caught would have it so choked. Like, you're like, yeah, that, you wonder if that's the right bait. You're like, yeah, that's a good bait. Versus like that one right there. You got the back hook on the outside of the lip. Like as barely skin hooked as you can get. That's the one thing that's hard. It's hard to line this sucker up. It's hard, man. Hard. I'm liking this end of the lake though. Never been to this end of the lake in my life. There we go. Money. Look at that. Look at all that bait. Or whatever, it's like bigger than bait. It's like, that's nuts. Look at all that. It's all fish. Next thing is, this little backwater area right here I just pulled into. I just pulled up to it just because I wanted to see. I just wanted to look what it was like. You know, I've been out there on the main lake because that's more on the main, you know, even if I'm not on the main lake, I'm closer to deep water because I'm, you know, trying to fish looking for staging areas because that's where I think, you know, I can catch some. But basically I've been looking out deep, and out on that main down the lake, at least about a week ago, it was about 45 to 48 degrees. Up in this backwater, I don't know if you'd see that, but that says 55.8. But I mean, I was thinking, there's probably not going to be any fish in these kind of like shallower pockets and stuff, but 55 degree. And it's plenty warm enough for there to be some on some wood, like shallower cover, especially this wood and bushes. Like, according to this water temperature. But, oh. My reel slipped. That was weird. That was weird. I went to boat flipping and the reel spun backwards. My reels are getting old. Is that a merp bass? Oh, no, he's not. Dude, that one I can see the bottom in that on that log. That's nuts. That's nuts. Well, that changes things a little bit. I mean, right now I've been running wintertime stuff like little tight wiggling crankbaits on rock and deeper brush piles, but my gosh. Oh, I got him. That's a good one. Look how cold he is. Ugh. Black and blue jig. That's a good one. Dang, I like this end of the lake anyway. I might just like it a little bit more now. That fish was in 1 foot of water. 1 foot. Tonk. Tonk. That's a good one too. Let's go ahead and weigh him. I gotta know how big these tournament fish are. Alright, in the comments below, give me a guess on how big. Look at the tail. Alright, connect scale. Reset. What's your guess? 3.63. If that's your guess, congratulations. You win. I forgot this is not set to wide angle, so sorry about that. I gotta change that back, but nice fish on a jig. Bite in the tournament.